I walk through the shadow of death left to fear. This is a journey through the halls of hell.
Yes people, what is good? I am BA, and today's film I want to talk about is Barton Fink. Now, I started watching Barton Fink last week because I myself had an idea focusing on a writer, and because of that I wanted to watch other films which had been released about writers to make sure I wasn't retreading new ground before I started writing my story. And on top of that, I've been meaning to strike off some Coen Brothers films from my list which I haven't seen yet, and Barton Fink is right up there, so I thought I'd give it a try. It stars John Turturro, who's great in it, and he plays a playwright whose play is heralded. So he gets hired by Hollywood to write a script. And the script that he gets picked up to work on is a B-movie wrestling picture. And Barton Fink is very much a representation of the worst parts that writers can be sometimes. He believes he's the true voice of the people, the voice of the new generation, and he needs to be able to write exactly how he writes, otherwise people will miss his great grand message that he puts into all his work. And it's really about writers who overvalue their own importance, and also there's a narcissistic layer to his belief that he's truly got the answers to the questions if they just let him write how he wants. And while he's writing this script, he becomes a resident of a hotel, and this hotel is a whole character in and of itself. It's got weird coloured wallpaper, Steve Buscemi's the bellhop, the lobby boy, his next door neighbour's John Goodman. There's all sorts of strange things going on with this hotel. It's so hot the wallpaper is manually peeling off. And within these confines we see him begin to get terrible writer's block. Because I personally don't suffer from writer's block as well, this was an incredibly frustrating portion of the film for me, because he was sat looking at this first paragraph for about an hour of screen time, and every time they showed us the first paragraph on the typewriter page I was like, okay, that's good, keep going. But he never kept going, and as someone who keeps going, it pissed me the fuck off. Now, there's a lot of things going on under the hood in this film, and I don't want to give too much away, but it's got Lynchian qualities to it, in that some things may not be literal, some things may be metaphorical. There's definitely a lot of layers to everything we're seeing on screen during it, and I heard that the Coen Brothers wrote this film while they were writing Miller's Crossing to combat their own writer's block, so it was therapeutic for them to finish this script. The other thing I want to say is, when I was watching Fargo the TV show for the first time, I hadn't seen Barton Fink, but now that I have, it's very clear that there's a few episodes in season 3 of Fargo which are direct nods to Barton Fink when the lady cop of that season of Fargo goes to investigate her stepfather's history. He was a novel writer who was picked up by Hollywood and then got churned through the shallowness of the industry and came out of the other side a different person. And that is clearly referencing Barton Fink in the Fargo TV series. I just hadn't seen it at that time, so I was unaware that's what they were doing then. But the more I watch individual Coen Brothers movies, the actual less credence I give Fargo the TV show, because all sorts of small moments which I thought were unique and original to the TV show are just nods to Coen Brothers things. And what I mean by that is, it's small things. For instance, in the Fargo TV series, there's a moment when someone rings a bell and it echoes for a long time, and then perhaps after a minute the person that has came to the bell ring puts their finger on it to stop the small ring that we're not even sure if we can still hear or not, and we only realise we can when he actually stops it permanently. That was in a series of Fargo, and that exact shot is in Barton Fink when he first rings the hotel lobby floor bell, and to me that takes away from Fargo, because I don't think, oh, that's a clever nod. I just think, oh, they used the bell thing. Like, that's as simple as it is. They used the bell thing from Barton Fink in the TV show. Is that clever? I don't know. They just thought, let's put in something else from another Coen Brothers film. Let's do the bell thing. I don't know if I give that any credit. But one other thing I want to say about Barton Fink is, I watched it incrementally in 3 parts. I was busy doing other shit, so maybe every 40 minutes I was pausing it. But what caused me to unpause it was interest. It wasn't, oh, I've still got the rest of this shit to watch. It was, I genuinely want to know what happens next. And when I paused it, it was because I genuinely didn't want to pay it half attention while I had other things to do. So yeah, while it's not everybody's cup of tea, it's very metaphorical, it's it's very much a film for writers, by writers as well, dealing with things like writer's block and what does writing mean to you, etc. I still found it thoroughly interesting from beginning to end, just like all Coen brothers work really, and I just love that there's movies out there about writers with different personality types, because I've met them all, and Barton Fink is certainly, you know, a small percentage of the writers I've met in my life are kind of Barton Finkish. So yeah, if you've never seen this one and you're in for a cerebral evening, do yourself a favour and check it out, because like I said, I was interested, genuinely interested from start to finish. I was purposely, now I've gotten older, trying to unravel these metaphorical meanings that I was seeing on screen and shit for myself. Probably badly, but I tried. And yeah, if any of you guys like a deep movie that's not just about what you're seeing, but also about what things mean and what did that thing in the background mean, etc., then check out Barton Fink. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And until next time, if you've liked this video, click like, subscribe, comment down below, come over to the Patreon, sign up and help support me personally. I've been BA. Peace.